Let's start with the lowest enlisted rank in the Royal Australian Air Force, Aircraftman. This is the entry-level position for new recruits. As an aircraftman, the focus is on training and learning the fundamental skills necessary to serve in the Air Force. Recruits at this rank typically undergo basic training, where they're taught the basic rules and expectations of military life. They begin to familiarize themselves with the military environment, learning discipline, teamwork, and how to follow orders. Aircraftmen are the foundation of the Air Force, and their role is vital for setting the stage for a successful career in aviation and defense. Once they complete their initial training, recruits move up to the rank of leading aircraftman. A leading aircraftman has completed basic training and is ready to take on more responsibility. At this rank, they start to apply their basic knowledge while becoming more proficient in their assigned roles. They begin to take on more specialized tasks, whether it's in aircraft maintenance, operations, or logistics. Leading aircraftmen are trusted to perform tasks with a greater degree of independence and attention to detail, and they also start to take on supervisory roles over less experienced personnel. This is an important step in the career path of an airman, as it marks their transition from trainee to fully integrated service member. After completing more time and gaining additional experience, an airman may be promoted to senior aircraftman. This is an even more experienced role. Senior aircraftmen are expected to be highly skilled and capable in their area of expertise, whether that's flight operations, aircraft maintenance, or other technical specialties. At this rank, the focus shifts to leadership and management. Senior aircraftmen may begin overseeing more junior personnel, guiding them in daily tasks and ensuring that everything runs smoothly. They are also expected to maintain high standards of professionalism and performance in their work. Senior aircraftmen are seen as reliable and experienced, trusted to carry out more complex assignments, and mentor those who are just starting their careers. From senior aircraftmen, the next rank is Corporal. This is the first non-commissioned officer, NCO, rank in the Royal Australian Air Force, and it marks a significant step in leadership. Corporals are responsible for leading small teams, usually in a specific trade or field. They oversee operations within their teams, ensuring that tasks are completed on time and to the highest standards. Corporals are expected to demonstrate leadership and problem-solving skills, and they often handle personnel management duties, such as training and ensuring the well-being of those under their command. This is a critical rank for shaping the future of the Air Force, as corporals help develop the leadership skills of junior personnel while also managing operational needs. Moving up to sergeant, we see a senior NCO rank with a lot of responsibility. Sergeants are tasked with managing entire sections or units, ensuring that operations are carried out effectively and that personnel are ready for any mission. They are responsible for maintaining discipline, overseeing training programs, and ensuring that their teams are both mentally and physically prepared for the challenges ahead. Sergeants also play a crucial role in enforcing military standards and upholding the values of the Royal Australian Air Force. They are often the first line of leadership for most personnel and act as role models for the airmen under their command. At the rank of Flight Sergeant, we enter a more senior NCO role. Flight sergeants are highly experienced leaders who oversee larger teams or even entire flights. A flight sergeant's job is not just to lead, but to mentor the next generation of NCOs. They ensure that the operations within their flight or team are running smoothly and efficiently. Their role is critical in maintaining high standards of operational readiness. They also assist in coordinating tasks between various sections, providing expert advice and guidance to junior personnel and other NCOs. Flight sergeants are expected to have excellent technical knowledge, leadership skills, and a deep understanding of Air Force operations. Now, let's talk about the Warrant Officer, WO rank. This is one of the highest enlisted ranks in the Royal Australian Air Force, and it's a prestigious position. Warrant officers are responsible for overseeing large groups and advising senior officers on matters relating to enlisted personnel. They are seen as experts in their fields, possessing years of experience and in-depth knowledge of Air Force operations. Warrant officers are essential for ensuring the smooth running of their units. They also provide mentorship and leadership, ensuring that junior NCOs and enlisted personnel are well trained and well prepared for their duties. Warrant officers are trusted leaders who play a key role in shaping the Air Force's future. The highest enlisted rank in the Royal Australian Air Force is Warrant Officer of the Air Force WCW. This is a highly respected and important position within the RAAF. The Warrant Officer of the Air Force serves as the Chief Advisor to the Chief of Air Force on all matters relating to enlisted personnel. They represent the interests of the enlisted ranks, ensuring that the welfare and morale of the personnel are maintained at the highest standard. The Warrant Officer of the Air Force plays a key role in shaping policies and decisions that affect enlisted members across the entire service. This is a role of immense responsibility, and those who hold it are highly regarded within the Air Force. Now, moving on to the officer ranks, we begin with Officer Cadet. Officer Cadets are individuals who are undergoing officer training at the Australian Defence Force Academy, ADFA, or the Royal Military College, Duntroon, RMCD. They are still in the early stages of their officer training, learning the essential leadership skills required to become a commissioned officer in the Royal Australian Air Force. Officer Cadets focus on developing their leadership, decision-making, and operational skills, preparing them for the responsibilities they will take on as officers. After Officer Cadet, we move to Pilot Officer. This is the first officer rank in the Royal Australian Air Force, typically awarded to newly commissioned officers. Pilot officers are fresh from officer training school and are ready to take on their duties in the Air Force. They are often given positions that help them develop their leadership skills while they continue their training as officers. Pilot officers generally serve in a support capacity, working alongside more experienced officers to gain practical experience in leadership and decision-making. After Pilot Officer, we have Flying Officer. A flying officer is a fully commissioned officer who has progressed in their training and is now responsible for a broader range of duties. Flying officers can be pilots or take on other leadership positions, depending on their specialization. They are tasked with managing smaller groups and often work directly with senior officers on operational planning and execution. Flying officers are often seen leading flights of aircraft or small operational teams, and their role is essential in ensuring that missions are carried out effectively. Next, we have the rank of Flight Lieutenant. Flight lieutenants have more responsibility than flying officers and are often tasked with overseeing larger teams or more complex operations. They typically serve as flight commanders, managing the day-to-day activities of their units. Flight lieutenants must have a strong understanding of Air Force operations, leadership, and decision-making processes. Their role involves ensuring that their team is prepared for operations, coordinating with other officers, and overseeing mission planning and execution. Move on to Squadron Leader. Squadron Leader officers begin to take on significant leadership roles within the Air Force. Squadron leaders are responsible for managing an entire squadron, which can include aircraft, personnel, and operational assets. They oversee the planning and execution of missions, ensuring that their squadron is functioning optimally. Squadron leaders have to manage both personnel and resources effectively, ensuring that their team is always ready for deployment and that operational goals are met. After Squadron Leader, we have Wing Commander. Wing commanders are senior officers responsible for overseeing multiple squadrons or larger operational units. They play a critical role in ensuring that their area of responsibility operates effectively, often at a strategic level. Wing commanders coordinate operations across several units, ensuring that everything is running smoothly and efficiently. They also work on higher-level planning, managing resources, and developing long-term strategies to achieve Air Force objectives. Next, Group Captain. Group captain officers are entrusted with leadership over even larger areas of responsibility. Group captains oversee multiple squadrons or larger operational groups. They are responsible for strategic planning, resource management, and the overall readiness of the units under their command. Group captains often play a key role in shaping Air Force operations at the highest levels. Moving on, we have Air Commodore. An Air Commodore is a senior officer rank, and those in this role typically have significant command responsibility over multiple units or divisions. Air Commodores are trusted with leading large-scale operations, managing resources, and ensuring the Air Force's strategic objectives are met. They are seasoned leaders, deeply involved in the decision-making processes that affect the overall operations and direction of the Air Force. Now, let's come to Air Vice Marshal. We see a 2-star officer rank. Air Vice Marshals are responsible for overseeing larger areas of the Air Force, often at the national or international level. Their role is critical in shaping the strategic direction of the Air Force and ensuring that it is prepared to meet any challenges that arise. Air Vice Marshals work closely with senior leaders to plan and execute major operations, ensuring that the Air Force is aligned with national security objectives. Now, at the rank of Air Marshal, we reach the highest levels of leadership in the Royal Australian Air Force. Air Marshals are responsible for overseeing the entire Air Force, ensuring its readiness and strategic direction. They manage the implementation of policies and lead the overall Air Force strategy, working closely with government leaders to ensure that national defense goals are met. Air Marshals are critical in shaping the future of the Air Force and the nation's defense posture. Finally, we come to the Chief of Air Force, the highest ranking officer in the Royal Australian Air Force. The Chief of Air Force is responsible for the overall leadership, direction, and strategy of the Air Force. They oversee all operations, manage resources, and ensure that the Air Force is prepared to meet the needs of the nation's defense. The Chief of Air Force plays a key role in advising the government on Air Force matters and ensuring that Australia's air defense capabilities are at their best. From Aircraftman to Chief of Air Force, the journey through the Royal Australian Air Force ranks is one of continuous growth, leadership, and responsibility. Each rank brings new challenges and opportunities for service members to develop their skills and leadership abilities. If you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more military insights. And if you're interested in learning about the U.S. Defense Forces, check out our video on ranks in the U.S. Navy to see how the American Navy's rank structure compares to the Royal Australian Air Force. Thanks for watching.